So today I have another chatty get ready with me because I have some new products to just use today. This is actually the first time I'm filming after I went to my little vacation in Moldova, visiting my family, and also I went to a wedding. So yeah, I'm ready to film again. And while I was in Moldova, of course, I bought a lot of stuff from the more like affordable drugstore brands that we don't have in here. Also, I placed an order on Nabla Cosmetics, and I blame these two ladies for this purchase. So I just got a couple of the eyeshadows that I was interested in. And also, while I was in Moldova, my father told me that I received 2 packages from OFRA Cosmetics. I don't know, I think they have, you know, my very old address. And I got I think it's something like Tropical Island or something with Island collection. Also, I got 2 palettes with matte shadows and more like shimmery shadows, and I will use the matte palette today. Okay, now for my eyes, as a primer base type of thing, I will use the Wet n Wild concealer. So this is the Photo Focus concealer. This is in the color, it's a dark color, it's in light medium, but I'm not a fan of this one for the face. I feel like it's a bit too dry, and again, if you apply too much, it looks a bit cakey. It's just a harder formula to work with. And I'm using this Backstage Beauty Shadow Shredder brush because I like it, because it's very large. Also, this has a thicker consistency, so when I use it on the face, I always mix it with some other concealers, and I will show you later with what I will mix it to. Okay, now moving on to the OFRA palette. So you have in here, how many shades? 20? Yeah, 20 shades. It's all matte. And I swatched a couple of these, and they have, you know, the standard matte formula. Not like super amazing, but not bad. I think these shadows actually will be great for like beginners, or for people that don't like the subculture palette, for example, or the modern renaissance because of the, you know, all the powder. So I will take this shade in here, and I will use my Hakuhodo J5523 brush to apply this. Very curious to see how the darker colors will blend. Okay, and now I will take this shade, it's like a medium brown, with my Hakuhodo J5522 brush. The shadows are pressed really hard, and they're not super like powdery and not super pigmented either. So I feel like every person can work with these shadows. It's not like a tricky formula or a formula that requires some special skills. Okay, and I also will mix a little bit of this, like to apply it on top of the transition shade. Well, this one is very powdery, and you guys are always asking me to you know, to show you how much I blend the shadows, the exact time. And if I will do that, the tutorial will probably be like 1 hour long, because I blend a lot. I spend a lot of time, you know, when blending the shadows. And now again, I am taking a little bit of this ivory shade that I applied all over the eyelid, and I'm blending all the harsh lines, and then I will apply a darker shade in the crease, and especially like on my outer V. And now I will apply this shade, which is definitely like a darker, very warm brown shade, with my Zoeva 228 brush. And this shade again is very powdery. So I guess all the shades are different. The least pigmented in this palette is probably the milky shade I applied all over. So I'm just applying this, concentrating it like on my outer V, and then I apply it in the crease, and then I will just blend everything together. Now going back with my Hakuhodo J5522 brush that I used earlier, I will just blend everything. This dark brown is really good. And again, the milky shade, and blending everything like I always do. This milky ivory shade I don't like at all because it's very sheer and it's pressed very hard in the pan. It's really hard to just, you know, take a little bit of eyeshadow on the brush. So I don't know if it's the formula or maybe it's just a bad shadow. Okay, now I will use a cream shadow that I bought in Moldova. It's from an Italian brand. It was quite cheap, Bellaoggi. So it's just a classic-y, shimmery, dark bronzy brown color. This is like the best description ever. And this is in number 5. And I will take this Vanity Planet brush, very tiny one, because it's synthetic and it's quite, it's not a very like flexible one. So I can apply the shadow very precisely because I want to create kind of like cut crease thing. So let me try to do that. So you can see this is actually super pigmented and very creamy as well. And now I will use a shadow from Nabla. It's called Alchemist, and I was very excited to try out this eyeshadow. And I feel like right now this is a very popular color from Nabla. So it's this purple and blue duochrome eyeshadow. You can see it here. It's gorgeous. So I will apply this on top of the cream base because these kind of shadows are best when applied, you know, on a sticky base, but also a base that has some color because they look even more intense. And now just to darken the outer V, I will just take a little bit more of this dark brown. And I will apply this just in here. And I think today I will actually use some kind of eyeliner, gel liner maybe, because I don't remember the last time I created something using, you know, that cat eye look. Okay, you know what I used today? The waterproof cream color in Ice Blue from Anastasia Hills. This is an old one, but I always like to, you know, spray a little bit of makeup sanitizer, and also I will mix a little bit of my Inglow Waterline to refresh the formula. Okay, so it's something like this. I don't think that it's perfect, but yeah, whatever, because I will stay 10 more hours perfecting this line. And now I will apply actually a little bit of Alchemy eyeshadow, like in here, to marry the eyeliner with the eyeshadow. Now on my lashes I will use my Mote mascara, the one for length, this whole thing. And I will just apply this on my lashes, and then I will use some false lashes as well. Okay, so I applied the lashes, the Lena Lashes, ciara. I did my eyebrows with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I like this, but I still prefer mine as Sabo of the Hills. I don't remember the last time I did my eyebrows this way, but I'm growing a little bit my eyebrows in here, so yeah, when I do this I always use a pencil to, you know, fill them in. Moving on to foundation, I will use my Maybelline, this is the Pure BB Mineral Cushion Fresh Matte, and this is how it looks like. And I will be using my Real Techniques beauty sponge to apply this. I really like this BB cream because it looks, I mean, it has really good coverage, has a light to medium coverage, but I love that it's more on the matte side, because usually the cushion foundations are super like dewy. This one is not super dewy. So now for concealer, I will mix my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This is in light medium, this is in the lightest shade, Chantilly. And for me this combination works because the Radiant Creamy Concealer is a bit more creamy than the Photo Focus, but it has the same like consistency, I would say, opacity as well. So I don't destroy, you know, the texture. And now what I do very quick, I take my powder and I use my damp sponge. So I have a little bit of powder in here. I use the Innisfree Sebum mineral powder. And I like to just apply a little bit of powder in here. I feel like this really helps with creasing underneath my eyes. I saw a lot of people doing this, so I decided to try it. And it works. So basically I apply this everywhere I have some kind of fine lines, wrinkles. I'm almost 25. I have some very prominent smile lines. I have these since I was a teenager. So yeah, I guess nothing can help right now. But at least I can cover them a little bit. And now I will just apply a little bit of powder everywhere. This BB cream requires a little bit of, you know, setting, especially in here where I will apply my blush, contour. And this contour I will use my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium with my Koyudo brush. Now as a blush, I will use a new one that I got from OFRA. This is Bellini. It's from that island collection, tropical summery collection. And this is how it looks like. So it's just a very light, neutrally pink on my cheeks. And blend it with my contour, as I always do. This is a very, very pretty color. And as a highlighter, the OFRA highlighter in Bali. And this is how it looks like. So it's a bit of a darker color. Probably the best will be for like medium and darker skin tones, but it swatches a bit lighter than it looks in the pan. And it's a gorgeous, kind of like a rose goldy color with some orange in it and more yellow. So it's a very warm color. Let's see how this looks. So it's a very goldy, peachy highlighter. It's very shiny. I'll apply some in here. It's a very goldy highlighter. So it's like a peachy gold. I feel like with a bit of pink as well. Okay, now I will take this warm shade and I will apply this underneath my eyes on my bottom. I will try to blend it as well. And I apply a very generous amount. And now back to this very warm brown shade to apply it on top. Don't be afraid to bring down the color on your bottom eyelid because this will make your eyes bigger. For the waterline, I will use the M26 Makeup Forever AquaXL eye pencil because it's the same, the same color.
Da olhada să găs. Bine. Am primit doi clienți. Mai. Și cu contract în paralel îi faci și după aceea probabil să îmi 3-4.
Foarte bune.
Da. E plăcea de mâncare gustos? Deci pop. Face?
Încetișoară.
Nu e normal, păi.
Hei.
Îți foarte iubesc.
Eu tot.
Ce faci cu tine?
Nic.
Nu, nici ești foarte face.
If you haven't tried already, the coconut milk latte with 1 shot or maximum 2 shots is no sugar, no syrup, nothing. Just coconut milk and 1 or 2 shots. Amazing. And now for my bottom lashes, I will use my Lash Curler Express from BCL because I love this so much. You probably already know this, but this is the best mascara for my bottom lashes. Okay, now for the lips. I will use 2 products that again I bought in Moldova. The Vivienne Sabo Jolie Levres. This is lip pencil. I know the name is very French, but this actually is a Russian, I think it's Russian drugstore brand. I think I wanted the 101, but it was not in stock, so I got this one because it's very lovely as well. And then on top I will use the Kost makeup, again from Italy, lip varnish finish matte liquid lipstick thing. Up close. So I hope that's symmetric. I hope. It is? I don't know. Okay, now I will be using the liquid lipstick. Okay, so I dotted a little bit of this blue in here. I don't know if I just ruined the makeup or not, but I kind of like it. Okay guys, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. And I definitely enjoyed testing all these new products. I really like this Nabla eyeshadow. I really like the lip combination. I really enjoyed using this. The formula of this one also is really nice. The lip combination, I really like it in general. And what else? The OFRA shadows are really good for beginners. That milky shade was a bit like too dry, and I think it was just pressed too hard in the pan. But other than that, I like the formula of these shadows. I think this is an amazing palette for makeup artists, for beginners as well, because it's very easy to work with the shadow because you can actually build the color. You don't apply, you know, a very high pigmented eyeshadow straight away. Now the OFRA highlighter is really pretty, but I like the formula. The formula of the highlighter is amazing, very intense, but I still prefer something a bit more either neutral or maybe a bit on the like pinky side, I guess, not as gold and peachy, because this is very warm, but I feel like on like a medium skin tone and also on darker skin tones, this is amazing. I like the OFRA blush, I like the formula, and yeah, overall this was a really good testing new makeup products video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!